Alright, UFC 287, Izzy puts Poatan to sleep. Official review, UFC 287 Miami. Quite a good card. Surprises? There were a few. Rob Font had an amazing performance against upcoming talent Adrian Yanez. Great knockout. For me, it was the fight of the night because the performance of Rob Font was just extreme. I believe he fought against Chito Vera before this and he got mauled by Chito. So we all thought, I believe the most of us thought, that Rob Font just couldn't handle it anymore. It couldn't handle the fresh blood. But Rob showed he still got that dog in him. Raul Rosas Jr. His hype train got finally derailed. Good kid, don't get me wrong, for his age, still going strong, and this is a great learning moment for him. I believe he will be a ranked contender, a top 5 in the future, but with that back huggery, that's not it. That's not everything. He really has to up his game. Anyway, good learning moment for him, but let's be honest, the only reason he was on the main card was because he made his debut as the youngest UFC fighter ever. Sucks that Calvin Gastelum versus Chris Curtis was pushed down to the prelims, but yeah. Kevin Holland, 50-50, good win. Didn't really see that fight, just saw the stoppage, good finish on a decent contender, Santiago Ponzibio. Kevin always got that dog in him, so not bad. Back in the winning column. Underrated moments, Calvin Gastelum versus Chris Curtis. First of all, that they are put down on the prelims is sad, because those are two dogs. Calvin Gastelum back in the winning column. Many people said it was the fight of the night. Props to them both. You could see how much it meant to Gastelum that he won in a post-fight interview, so GG to him. Alright, first things first. Co-main event of the evening, Masvidal versus Burns, Gilbert versus Durinho. I mean, did we expect anything else? I expected Gilbert to take it more to the ground. It surprised me that he kept standing in front of Masvidal and kept on banging his head in without any effort. So yeah, he went on a 3-round skid with Khamzat, so it doesn't even surprise me that he went on to fight Masvidal and stood right in front of him. Close. Round 1? I don't think so. Gilbert was just too much for Masvidal. Masvidal got a few shots on him, but not enough for a tank like Gilbert. Second round, complete domination by Gilbert. Went on to deep waters with Masvidal. Even though the great takedown defense of Masvidal, he stuffed a couple of them, but I hoped for more from Masvidal's corner. Third round. Also, Masvidal looked like a journeyman. He looked like the journeyman that he is, ready to call quits. The jab, the fucking jab from Gilbert is just too much, man. It's too much. It dropped Usman, and you think it wouldn't drop Masvidal? Masvidal looked old. Masvidal looked really old in that fight, even in round 3. The jab stung him. A couple of nice counters by Jorge, but yeah, I had a little 1% hope for him though, for George Masvidal, as I wanted to see the drama by him winning and then settling the beef with Leon. And Burns versus Wonderboy was a nice example for how the fight could have went. Wonderboy just had a bad takedown defense, but when it was standing, he got through Burns a few times. So that's why I thought maybe Masvidal with his takedown defense and his boxing knowledge. Unfortunately, Gilbert is perhaps the biggest problem in the welterweight division. Takes every fight anywhere, anytime. Just look at the Khamzat fight. And now deserves a well-deserved rest. And after that, I believe he will get that title shot again. Definitely after the Edwards versus Colby. Scorecard said it was 30-27. Fair score. Fair play to Masvidal though. He should enjoy his retirement and focus on his own promotion. GG. The main event. Damn. What can I say? Bad blood between them. Is he coming to regain his belt, even though the psychological warfare of them? Is he lost 3 times to Poatan? but he just knocked him the fuck out, and that's just satisfying. The fight got a bit of a slow start. Both feeling each other, but I believe Poatan got a little bit ahead after the first round. Poatan was looking crispy with landing those leg kicks and making Izzy switch stances effortlessly. Even Poatan in between the rounds said, I can feel him compromising his legs. I can hunt him down, blah, blah, blah. That overconfidence. It was a good tactic though. It worked in the first fight, compromising his legs, and went on to show that it almost worked now in the second fight. Second round, going in with that confidence, he kept chopping up those legs, and both were landing up some shots up high, whilst Poatan was mixing it more, hitting up the body a few times, while Izzy looked very angry though. He was waiting to unleash the beast, the dog in him. He kept calm, not immediately following up his shots, but tried to keep the distance and hover it across the octagon. However, when Poatan felt that he compromised those legs, he got overconfident. Just looked exactly the same as the first fight. Exactly the same. He went teeing off in the hope of cornering and finishing Izzy. However, last fight it was in the 5th round. This fight it was late 2nd round. And Izzy is perhaps I believe he's the most intelligent fighter on the roster. Izzy isn't stupid. Izzy takes notes and learns from his mistakes. One thing his trainer Eugene, in between the rounds, he said, focus Izzy, focus on that moment, because he will tee off. And if you show a bit of vulnerability, and Alex sensed that, he will have his arms down. And what did Izzy do? Izzy baited him successfully into thinking he would get finished. He went up against the fence, took some shots, hook, knee, hands down, boom. Immediately, Poatan paid the price. I saw that moment like 100 times. I believe Izzy looked surprised. He got that look like, how the fuck can one counter land so clean on him? I believe the weight cut of Pereira had took a real toll on him. I would not call Izzy lucky, because Poatan really disrespected Izzy's power and therefore went on to be too aggressive and ultimately paid the price for it. Izzy successfully baited him, and Pereira paid the price for it. Izzy unleashed all his emotions, 1 arrow, 2 arrow, 3 arrow, 3 arrows for his losses, and that's just perfect for the storyline. Perfect. Fair play, he got his belt back. He flatlined the cyborg. Nobody would think that he could be knocked out. Disrespected? Kinda. Do people care? No. It's Izzy. He got his belt back. 2-time middleweight champion. Props to him. What happens next though? A trilogy fight. It's 1-1 in the UFC. 3-1 in total. I believe Izzy don't want that smoke anymore. He got the last laugh and doesn't want to laugh anymore. Even Dana said it. Pereira will go to light heavyweight, because knockouts like that really do have a connection with the weight cut, because he cuts like 20 kilos, like 40-50 pounds I believe. That's just crazy for a middleweight and for a big guy like Alex. What happens next week? The Blessed Express is back and it's UFC stationary. UFC Fight Night. Max Holloway against Arnold Allen is next weekend. What can we expect? I believe it's going to be a shit show again from Max Holloway. He's going to put an abysmal overload of punches against Arnold Allen, even though he's undefeated in the UFC. I believe people forget who Max Holloway is. We saw what he did against Yair, and we saw what he did against Calvin Kattar. Of course, Volkanovski is his kryptonite. And as I make my prediction for next weekend, my prediction is, of course, Max Holloway will win against Arnold Allen at the UFC Fight Night for next coming weekend. You can now also make your own prediction on the Verdict MMA app. That's this little app right here. You can see your username, what belt you are, that's your level, how many fights you've predicted, the top that you finalize yourself in all the upcoming events. You can see Holloway versus Allen is over here, and I predicted Holloway as the winner on points, as you can see. I would say thanks for watching, everyone. See you guys next weekend. That's when I will make a new video, Sunday or Monday. Yeah, thank you guys for tuning in, and see you guys next time. Happy fighting.